Hello, my friends, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jason, and this is TalkTune English, the place where we grow your English step by step together. Now, let me ask you something important. Have you ever felt that your English is not getting better, even though you keep studying, practicing, and putting in effort? Maybe you watch English videos every day. Maybe you read articles. Maybe you listen to podcasts. But when you stop and think, you feel like you are not moving forward. You might even feel stuck. You might even feel tired or frustrated. If this sounds familiar, do not worry. You are not alone. Many learners feel the same way at some point in their journey. And here is the truth. Feeling stuck is normal. It does not mean you are failing. It does not mean you are wasting your time. It is simply a part of the process. And in this lesson, I will guide you step by step to understand why this happens and what you can do to break through and keep climbing toward fluency. So stay with me until the end, because what you learn here can make the difference between giving up and finally reaching the next big level of English. Now, let's begin with a story. Imagine that you are climbing a beautiful mountain. At the very beginning of your climb, every step feels amazing. You move quickly, you feel proud, you look around, and every time you go higher, your view changes. You see more of the sky, more of the valley below. You can clearly see the difference from where you started. You are excited to keep going, but then something changes. The path becomes flat. You are still walking. You are still moving forward, but your view looks the same. You do not see a big difference anymore. You wonder, am I really going anywhere? Am I stuck on this flat road? My friends, this is exactly what happens when you learn English. At the beginning, every little success feels like a huge victory. The first time you say, "How are you?" and somebody understands you, you feel proud. The first time you understand a line in a song or a sentence in a movie, you feel like a champion. You can see your progress clearly week by week. Your vocabulary grows quickly. Your listening gets stronger. Your speaking feels smoother. But after some time, things begin to change. The progress is still happening, but it is slower, smaller, and harder to notice. You do not hear a big change in your speaking. You do not feel a big difference in your listening. And then a dangerous thought comes into your mind. Maybe I am stuck. Maybe I am not improving anymore. This thought can make you lose motivation. It can make you bored. It can make you frustrated. But listen carefully, because this is very important. You are not stuck. You are simply in a stage where your brain is doing invisible work. Your brain is organizing what you already learned. Your brain is strengthening your knowledge. Your brain is preparing you for the next big jump forward. Think of a runner who trains for a marathon. Sometimes the runner trains fast, and sometimes they slow down to build endurance and strength. Both are important. Without the slow training, the fast training would not be possible. In the same way, your stuck feeling is not the end. It is simply a flat road before your next hill. And if you keep walking, soon you will climb again. So now you understand the feeling. But the big question is, why does it happen? What are the reasons that so many learners feel stuck? Let's talk about that. When you first start learning English, everything is new. Every sound, every word, every sentence feels fresh. Your brain is working very hard, and you notice big changes quickly. It is like putting a small plant in the sun and giving it water. The plant grows fast in the beginning, but later, things slow down. Your brain becomes comfortable with what it knows. You can understand your usual lessons. You can talk about your daily life. You can watch the same kinds of videos that you enjoy. This comfort feels good, but it can also make your progress less visible. Another reason is habit. We humans love to repeat things that feel easy. If you always read short texts, if you always watch the same type of videos, if you always talk about the same topics, you stay inside your comfort zone. But progress requires a little challenge. Imagine you go to the gym. At first, you lift weights and your muscles grow. But if you always lift the same weight every time, your muscles stop growing. It is the same with English. If you do not push yourself a little harder, you will not see big changes. There is also another reason: the balance between input and output. Input means English coming in, listening and reading. Output means English coming out, speaking and writing. Many learners spend most of their time on input because it feels easier and safer. You can listen to a podcast, you can watch a TV show, and you feel good. But to really improve fluency, you must also produce English. You must speak and write. If you do not, your active English, the English you can use in real time, will improve more slowly. You might understand a lot, but struggle to speak when you need to. That is why practicing output is so important. So now we see 3 major reasons why learners feel stuck: comfort, habit, and less output. In the next part, we will go deeper, and I will show you exactly what steps to take to break through this stage and start climbing again. Before we move to the next part, I want to ask you for a small favor. If this video is helping you, please take just 1 second to click the like button. It really helps the channel grow and helps more learners just like you. And if you are new here, make sure to subscribe so you do not miss the next lesson. Also, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever felt stuck in your English learning? Tell me about your experience, because your story can inspire other learners. Stay tuned, because in the next part, I will share the first practical step you can use today to push your English to the next level. In the last part, we discovered why you sometimes feel stuck in your English learning. We compared it to climbing a mountain and walking on a flat path. We talked about comfort, habits, and the balance between input and output. Today, let's go 1 step further. Let's talk about how you can break through this stuck stage and begin climbing toward fluency again. I will give you clear and simple steps that you can use right away. The first step is to push your output. Output means the English you produce. It is the English that comes out of your mouth when you speak, and the English that comes out of your pen or keyboard when you write. Many learners spend hours and hours on input listening, reading, watching, and yes, input is important. But if you want to speak fluently and use English naturally, you must also push yourself to produce English. That means more speaking, more writing, more creating. How can you do this in a simple way? Start with topics you do not usually talk about. If you always describe your daily routine, try something new. For example, give your opinion about a movie you watched. Explain the main idea of a news story in your own words. Teach a new vocabulary word to someone else. These activities push your brain to build new connections. At first, you might feel uncomfortable. You might make mistakes. That is normal and good. Mistakes are a clear sign that your brain is learning something new. Remember, no mistakes, no growth. So if you want growth, you must accept mistakes. Now, let me give you a very practical exercise. Every day, take 2 minutes and talk out loud about one thing in English. You can talk to yourself. You can look at your phone camera and record yourself. You can talk to a friend. The topic does not matter. What matters is that you are producing English. Over time, you will notice that the words come more easily. The sentences connect more naturally. Your speaking becomes smoother. Step number 2 is to track your progress. This step is very powerful, but many learners ignore it. Why is it powerful? Because when you are in the slow zone, your progress is small and easy to miss. If you do not track it, you will not see it. And if you do not see progress, you will lose motivation. So here is what I recommend. Every week, record yourself speaking in English for 1 or 2 minutes. Do not prepare too much. Just choose a simple topic and speak. Save these recordings. After 1 month, go back and listen to the older ones. You will be surprised. You will hear the changes. Maybe your pronunciation is clearer. Maybe your speed is faster. Maybe you sound more confident. These are real results. They are small but very important. They remind you that you are moving forward. Another way to track progress is with writing. Write a short paragraph once a week. After a few weeks, compare your texts. You will notice fewer mistakes. You will notice better word choices. This gives you proof that you are growing, even if the changes feel invisible day to day. Step number 3 is to study in short, focused bursts. Many learners believe that long study sessions are always better, but that is not true. In fact, shorter sessions are often more effective. Instead of studying 2 hours once a week, try studying 15 to 20 minutes every day. In each short session, focus on just one thing. For example, 1 grammar point, 1 short listening exercise, or 1 new group of words. This short and focused learning helps your brain remember more. It keeps you from feeling tired and bored. And when learning feels easy, you will keep going. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Finally, step number 4, add what I call a stretch activity. A stretch activity is something that is just a little harder than your current level. Not too easy, not too hard, just enough to make you think and push yourself forward. For example, try to have a 5-minute conversation without using your first language. Try to read a short story without a dictionary. Try to write a paragraph on a topic you never wrote about before. These stretch activities are like small hills on your flat path. They pull you forward. They give you the challenge that your brain needs to grow. So let's review these 4 steps. Number 1, push your output. Number 2, track your progress. Number 3, study in short, focused bursts. Number 4, add a stretch activity. If you follow these steps, you will begin to feel energy again in your English learning. You will not feel stuck. You will feel challenged, motivated, and proud of yourself. Now, I want to pause for a moment and talk to you directly. If you are still watching, it means you are serious about your English, and I respect that. I believe in you. I know you can reach fluency. But remember, you cannot do it alone. You need a community. That is why I want to invite you to join the TalkTune English family. All you need to do is click the subscribe button right now. That way, you will never miss the next lesson. And if you are enjoying this video, please click like. It really helps the channel and lets me know that this content is helping you. Also, I want to hear from you. Write in the comments 1 small step you will take today to push your English forward. Your comment may inspire another learner who feels the same way. So my friends, remember this. Fluency is not built in one day. It is built in small steps. Sometimes the steps are so small you cannot see them, but they are still real. Trust the process. Enjoy the journey. Celebrate your small wins. And keep going, because the results will always come. We will go even deeper. I will share with you why small, invisible progress is often more powerful than big dramatic changes. This idea can completely change the way you think about learning English. So stay with me, and let's continue climbing together. In the last part, I gave you 4 practical steps to move forward when you feel stuck. Push your output, track your progress, study in short, focused bursts, and add stretch activities. If you begin using those steps, you will start to see changes. But now, I want to talk about something even more important. It is the idea of invisible progress. What is invisible progress? Invisible progress is the progress you cannot easily see or feel, but it is still happening inside your brain. Many learners get frustrated because they cannot see big dramatic changes in their speaking or listening. They think, if I cannot see progress, maybe there is no progress. But that is not true. In fact, the invisible progress is often the most powerful kind. Let me give you an example. Imagine a child growing taller. If you see that child every single day, you do not notice the change. The child looks the same to you. But if you meet the same child after 6 months, you are shocked. Wow, you are so much taller. The growth was happening every day, but it was invisible because it was small. This is exactly how your English grows. You may not notice it day by day, but over time, the small invisible progress adds up to something big. Another example is building strength at the gym. When you first start, you see big changes. Your muscles feel sore. You feel stronger quickly. But later, the changes are slower. You may not notice anything in the mirror for weeks. But inside your body, your muscles are still getting stronger. Your heart is getting healthier. Your endurance is growing. Then one day, you realize you can lift heavier weights or run a longer distance. The progress was invisible until it became visible. The same thing happens with language learning. Maybe your pronunciation is improving little by little. Maybe you are learning to understand faster without translating in your head. Maybe you are building confidence to speak. These changes are small. They are easy to miss, but they are real. They are the invisible steps that carry you forward. So, my friends, do not only look for big dramatic results. Learn to celebrate the small wins. What are small wins? Understanding one more word in a song. Writing a text with fewer mistakes than last time. Remembering a new phrase and using it in a conversation. These small wins are proof that you are moving forward. If you only wait for big results, you will lose motivation. But if you celebrate small wins, you will stay motivated and keep going. Now, here is another important point. Invisible progress often feels boring because you cannot see big results. You feel like nothing is happening. But this stage is not boring. It is building. Your brain is working silently, connecting ideas, strengthening memory, and preparing you for the next big jump. Think of it like planting seeds. You put seeds in the ground, but for a long time you see nothing. You might think, nothing is happening. But under the soil, the roots are growing strong. Then one day, the plant appears, and it grows quickly. The silent work was the foundation. This is why trust is so important in learning. You must trust the process, even when you cannot see results. You must trust yourself, even when you feel doubt. Fluency is not magic. It is not one big jump. It is the result of many small invisible steps over time. So what can you do to stay motivated during invisible progress? Here are 3 tips. Tip number 1. Keep a learning journal. Write down what you studied, what you understood, and even what you found difficult. After a few weeks, look back. You will notice that something that was difficult before is now easy. That is progress you might have forgotten without your journal. Tip number 2. Compare yourself not with others, but with your past self. Do not compare your English to someone on YouTube or someone in your class. Compare your English today to your English 3 months ago. Are you more confident? Do you understand faster? Do you use more words? If the answer is yes, that is progress. Tip number 3. Reward yourself for effort, not only for results. If you studied today, if you practiced speaking, if you wrote something in English, give yourself credit. Tell yourself, I did my job today. The effort will bring the results, even if you cannot see them right now. Now, my friends, let me remind you of something very important. Fluency is a destination, but learning is a journey. If you enjoy the journey, you will not feel stressed. You will not feel bored. You will feel motivated to continue. And when you continue, results always come. So, I encourage you, be patient with yourself. Be proud of your effort. Celebrate your small wins. Trust the invisible progress. One day soon, you will look back and be surprised at how far you have come. And before we move to the next part, let me ask you again for your support. If this message is helping you, please click the like button. It takes just 1 second, but it helps the channel grow and brings these lessons to more learners around the world. If you are new here, subscribe to TalkTune English so you do not miss the next lesson. And please, write a comment below. What small win did you have this week? Maybe you understood something new, or maybe you spoke English when you felt shy. Share your win, because your story can inspire another learner today. In the next part, we will focus on how to turn these invisible steps into visible results. I will show you strategies that make your progress clear and easy to measure, so you always know that you are moving forward. Stay with me, because the best is still coming. We talked about invisible progress, the kind of progress you cannot easily see or feel, but which is always happening inside your brain. I told you why this stage is important, and I reminded you to celebrate small wins. But today, let's go one step further. Let's talk about how to turn invisible progress into visible progress, so you can clearly see that you are improving. You see, one of the main reasons people feel frustrated with English is because they cannot measure their growth. If you go to the gym, you can see your muscles getting stronger, or you can see the numbers on the weights go up. But with language, the progress is softer, harder to measure. That is why we need smart strategies to make progress visible. The first strategy is recording yourself regularly. I mentioned this briefly before, but now I want to go deeper. Take 1 or 2 minutes each week to record yourself speaking about any topic. Do not worry about mistakes. Do not try to sound perfect. Just speak. Then save the recording. After 4 weeks, go back and listen to your earlier recordings. You will hear the difference in your speed, your confidence, and your pronunciation. This is one of the easiest ways to make your progress visible. It gives you proof that you are moving forward. The second strategy is keeping a word log. What is a word log? It is a simple notebook, or even a note on your phone, where you write down every new word or phrase you learn. But here is the secret. Don't just write the word. Write a sentence with it. That way, you know how to use it. Each week, review your word log. You will be amazed at how much your vocabulary grows. When you look back after a month, you will see that you know dozens of new words and phrases. That is visible progress. The third strategy is timed reading or listening. For example, take a short text or a short podcast. Time yourself as you read or listen. Maybe the first time, it takes you 5 minutes to finish the reading. After practicing, maybe it takes you 4 minutes. Or maybe at first you understand only 60% of the podcast. But after practice, you understand 80%. By using time and percentage, you can measure improvement. It becomes visible. The fourth strategy is rewriting old work. Take a paragraph you wrote 2 months ago. Now, write about the same topic again. Compare the two versions. You will notice fewer mistakes, better structure, and more advanced vocabulary. This shows you exactly how far you have come. Let me tell you why these strategies are powerful. They give you evidence. Without evidence, your brain only feels doubt. You think, am I really improving? But with evidence, your brain feels motivated. You think, yes, I can see it. I can hear it. I am really growing. Evidence builds confidence. Confidence keeps you learning. Now, Let me share a story from one of my students. She felt stuck for months. She said, "Jason, I don't think I'm improving anymore." I asked her, "Do you record yourself?" She said no. So we started recording short 2-minute talks every week. After 6 weeks, we listened to her first recording again. She was shocked. She said, "Wow, I sound completely different." Her speed was faster. Her sentences were smoother, and her confidence was stronger. She realized she had been improving all along. She just didn't notice it. That is the power of making progress visible. But here is something very important. Do not expect perfection. The goal is not to speak without mistakes. The goal is to see growth. Every mistake you make today is part of the process of speaking better tomorrow. So when you record yourself, when you compare your writing, when you look at your word log, do not only focus on mistakes, focus on improvement. Focus on the distance you have traveled. Now, my friends, let me ask you a question. Are you doing any of these activities right now? Are you recording your voice? Are you keeping a word log? Are you comparing your old writing with new writing? If not, I encourage you to start today. Choose just one of these strategies and try it this week. Do not wait. The sooner you start, the sooner you will see your invisible progress become visible. Let me take 1 second to ask for your support. If you are finding value in this video, please click like right now. It helps the channel grow and tells me that this content is useful for you. And if you are new here, subscribe to TalkTune English so you don't miss the next lessons. Finally, I want you to share in the comments. What strategy will you try this week to make your progress visible? Your answer may encourage someone else who feels stuck right now. We will focus on one of the biggest secrets of fluency: consistency. Many learners study hard for a few weeks, then stop. But the real key is not how hard you study. It is how long you keep going. I will show you how to build consistency in a way that feels easy and natural. So stay tuned, my friends. The journey continues. We talked about how to make your progress visible. You learned how recording yourself, keeping a word log, timed reading, and rewriting old work can show you proof of your growth. Now, in this final part, I want to share one of the most important secrets in language learning. This secret is not about grammar. It is not about vocabulary. It is not even about pronunciation. The secret is consistency. What is consistency? Consistency means doing something regularly, not just once in a while. It means creating a simple routine that you can follow day after day, week after week. Many learners study very hard for a short time, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. They feel excited, they feel motivated, but then life gets busy. Motivation disappears, and they stop. When they stop, their progress slows down, and they feel frustrated. But here is the truth. Fluency is not built in 1 week or 1 month. Fluency is built by small steps over a long period of time. The learners who reach fluency are not always the fastest learners. They are the most consistent learners. They keep going, even on days when they don't feel motivated. They keep going, even when progress feels invisible. So how do you build consistency in your English learning? Let me give you some simple tips. Tip number 1, set a small, daily goal. Do not say, "I will study 2 hours every day." That is too big, and it is easy to fail. Instead, say, "I will study 15 minutes every day." That is small enough to do, even on busy days. Small daily goals create momentum, and momentum is what keeps you moving forward. Tip number 2, connect your study with a habit you already have. For example, if you drink coffee every morning, listen to a short English podcast while you drink. If you take a bus to school or work, read an English article during your ride. By connecting English learning with something you already do, it becomes automatic. You do not need to fight for motivation, because the habit carries you forward. Tip number 3. Track your streak. A streak means the number of days you practice without stopping. You can use a calendar or an app. Every day you complete your English goal, mark it with a check. Watching your streak grow gives you motivation to keep going. You don't want to break the chain. This simple trick can make consistency fun. Tip number 4. Forgive yourself quickly if you miss a day. Nobody is perfect. Everyone misses a day sometimes. The danger is not missing one day. The danger is stopping completely because you feel guilty. So if you miss a day, just start again the next day. Do not waste energy feeling bad. Use your energy to continue. That is what consistency is about. Now, my friends, I want you to imagine your future self. Imagine 6 months from now. If you practice English for 15 minutes every day, that is more than 45 hours of practice in 6 months. Imagine 1 year from now. That is more than 90 hours. Step by step, day by day, those minutes become hours, and those hours become fluency. That is the power of consistency. So let me remind you of everything we talked about in this series. First, we learned that feeling stuck is normal. It is like walking on a flat path while climbing a mountain. Second, we discovered why it happens: comfort, habit, and lack of output. Third, we talked about invisible progress, the quiet growth that you cannot see, but that builds your foundation. Fourth, we learned strategies to make progress visible: recording yourself, keeping a word log, timed practice, and rewriting old work. And today, we finished with the secret of consistency, the simple habit that makes all other strategies work. Now it is your turn. Do not just watch this video and forget about it. Take action. Choose one small step today. Maybe record yourself speaking. Maybe write a short paragraph. Maybe read an article for 15 minutes. Do something today, and then do it again tomorrow. That is how fluency is built. And now, my friends, I want to talk to you from my heart. I have shared these lessons because I believe in you. I know that you can reach fluency. I know that you can achieve your goals. But I also know that sometimes it feels hard. Sometimes it feels slow. And sometimes you feel alone. That is why I created TalkTune English to walk this journey with you. So, if you found value in these lessons, please support this channel. Click the like button right now. It takes 1 second, but it helps so much. It tells YouTube that these lessons are helpful, and it helps other learners find this channel. Also, if you are new here, click subscribe and join our TalkTune English family. When you subscribe, you will not miss the next lessons, and you will always have guidance on your journey. And finally, I would love to hear from you. Please write a comment below. Tell me one thing you learned from this series. Tell me one step you will take today. Share your story, your small win, or your plan. Your words may inspire another learner who is watching right now. So, my friends, let's continue walking this road together. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep enjoying the journey. Because when you enjoy the journey, you never stop. And when you never stop, fluency always comes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And thank you for being part of TalkTune English. I will see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep learning, keep smiling, and keep shining. Bye for now.